everybody, welcome to another Nephilim build. Today we're going to strike down evildoers as Knuckle from My Hero Academia Vigilantes. As always, keep in mind these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. With that said, let's start with ability scores. Using the same pointer where I put the 15 into strength and the 14 into constitution. This hunky bastard is built like All Might, no quirk required. Out of that, we'll put the 13 into dexterity. He's pretty good at bobbing and weaving. Next, we'll put the 12 into wisdom for street smarts and the 10 to intelligence for regular smarts. Lastly, we'll dump charisma. His people skills need work. A lot of work. For species, we're going to go with human. We'll get resourceful, pick perception, and take the tavern brawler feat. We'll make a custom background putting our increases into strength and dexterity. We'll take medicine and investigation for skills, brewer supplies to make our own beer, and the magic initiate druid feat. We'll take thorn whip for a grappling hook, guidance to fill the slot, and jump to jump good. Moving on to class, we're going to start off as a barbarian. We'll get strength and constitution saving throws and pick athletics and intimidation for skills. We'll also be proficient with light and medium armor, shields, and all weapons. At level 1, we'll get range and unarmored defense as well as weapon mastery, which we'll ignore. Now you might argue that his knuckle dusters should count as light hammers for the Nick property. The thing is, I did the math and we'll do more damage if we treat them like unarmed attacks. I'll explain the math later. Besides, punching the shit out of people is the whole point. Anyway, at level 2 we'll get Danger Sense and Reckless Attack, and at level 3 we'll get Primal Knowledge, taking Survival. We'll also get our Primal Path, picking the Path of the Berserker for Frenzy. He lives for that life or death fight. We're now going to multi-class the Fighter, getting Second Wind and Arc Fighting Style, taking Unarmed Fighting. At level 2 we'll get Action Surge and Tactical Mind, and at level 3 we'll get our Martial Archetype. We're going to take Battle Master, getting Insight and Painter Supplies. You know, for giggles. We'll also get our Superiority Dice and Maneuvers, taking Pushing Attack, Riposte, and Menacing Attack. He's got Knockback, he's got Counterattacks, and he is scary. At level 4 we'll take the Grappler feat, rounding strength. I chose this over Crusher because we've already got plenty of push power. At level 5 we'll get Extra Attack and Tactical Shift, and at level 6 we'll cap our strength. At level 7 we'll get Know Your Enemy. The old man is pretty good at sussing out how enemy quirks work. We'll also get another superiority die and 2 more maneuvers, taking Ambush and Evasive Footwork. He's definitely a slugger for the most part, but he's got some outboxing in him. At level 8 we'll take the Tough feat, and at level 9 we'll get Indomitable and Tactical Master. At level 10 we'll get D10 superiority and 2 more maneuvers, taking Lunging Attack and Fainting Attack. At level 11 we'll get another Extra Attack, and at level 12 we'll raise our Constitution. We want maximum beef here. At level 13 we'll get another Indomitable and Studied Attacks, and at level 14 we'll raise our Constitution again. At level 15 we'll get Relentless, another superiority die, and 2 more maneuvers. We'll go with Commanding Presence and Tactical Assessment for better intimidation and investigation. Lastly, at Fighter and Barbarian levels 16 and 4 we'll take the boons of Fortitude and Irresistible Offense, overclocking Strength. So now for that math I promised. If we were using light hammers with Nick at this level while raging and all attacks hit, we'd be doing 5d4 plus 2d6 plus 40 damage. That's a maximum of 72 damage. Now if we do the same thing with unarmed attacks, that becomes 4d8 plus 2d6 plus 32 for a maximum of 76. It's not much, but if we're grappling, that adds another d4 for a max of 80. Normally I follow the law of more chances to hit, more chances to crit, but the law of free damage is free damage supersedes it. Now that we're level 20, we finally have our modifiers. Our AC with unarmored defense is 16, our movement speed is 30, and our average HP is 289 with 4d12 and 16d10 hit dice. And with that, we are done. Now what can this build do? To start, I cannot remember the last time I made a character with this much HP. Even if you ignore resistances, we're not dropping anytime soon. We're also an absolute bruiser with 4 attacks per turn while raging, with extra damage from Rage, Frenzy, and Maneuvers. We've also got ways to generate advantage for ourselves without having to rely on Reckless Attack. For weaknesses, all of our mental saves are weak. We also have a cantrip with a +1 spell mod, so you'd better hope your DM actually lets you use it as a grappling hook. We also have no ranged or magic damage outside of that one cantrip. And yes, I know he has guns in the manga, but again, punching people is the point. And yes, I also know about the Taser Gauntlet. I consider taking Magic Initiate Wizard for Shocking Grasp, but we would still have a +1 spell mod. We also couldn't use it while raging, and even as a get off me button, we have better options. Weaknesses aside, villains will suffer our wrath. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you'd like to support my channel, there's a link to my Patreon down in the description. $1 a month gets you 2-day early access to my videos and access to all my homebrew content. Let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments, and I'll see you all next time when I make Wolf O'Donnell from Star Fox.